Okay, sit down. When you chant, you can remove your mask if you like.
Sadhu, sadhu, Sadhu.
Let's do the chanting before the meditation. You can turn to page 5 of our chanting book. Salutation to the Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. The three refuges. Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dhammang saranang gacchami, Sanghang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami, Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Next page. The 5 precepts. Panati pata veramani Sikkhapadang samadhiyami, Adinnādāna veramani Sikkhapadang samadhiyami, Kāmesu micchācārā veramani Sikkhapadang samadhiyami, Musāvādā veramani Sikkhapadang samadhiyami, Suramere majje pamadatthana veramani Sikkhapadang samadhiyami. On the opposite page, let's read the affirmative vows. Being aware of the suffering caused by the destruction of life, I vow to cultivate compassion and learn ways to protect the lives of all living beings. Being aware of the suffering caused by exploitation, stealing, and oppression, I vow to respect the property of others and to practice generosity by sharing my time, energy, and material resources with those who are in real need. Being aware of the suffering caused by sexual misconduct, I vow to respect my commitments and those of others. I am determined not to engage in relations without love and a long-term commitment. Being aware that words can create suffering, I vow to learn to speak truthfully and develop peaceful, kind, and meaningful speech. Being aware of the suffering that an intoxicated and agitated mind can produce, I vow to develop mindfulness and heedfulness. Next page. Homage to the Buddha. Iti piso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho vijjācarana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhamma sārati sattā deva manusānaṁ buddho bhagavati. Homage to the Dhamma. Swakkhāto bhagavata dhammo sanditthiko akaliko ehi passiko opanayiko paccattāṃ veditabbo viññuhīti. Homage to the Sangha. Supatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Ujjupatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Nyāyapatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Sāmīci patipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Yadidang cattari purisa yugani Atta purisa punggala Isa bhagavato sāvaka sangho Ahuniyo Bahuniyo Dakkhiniyo Anjali Karaniyo Anuttarang Punyakkhitang Lokasansati. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Next page. Offerings. Offering of light. Ganesarappaditthene Dīpene tamedang sena Tiloka dīpaṃ sambuddhaṃ pujayāmi tamonudang. Offering of incense. Gandha sambhara yuttene Dupenahang sugandhina Pujaye pujaniyang tang Puja bhajane muttamang. Offering of flowers. Vannagandha gunopetang etang kusuma santating Pujayami munindassa Siripada saruruhi Pujemi buddhang kusumene nene Punyena metena labami mokkang Puppang milayati yatha idammi Kayo tatayati vinasa bhavang. Offering of water Adivasi tunu bhante Paniyang parikampitang Anukampang upadaye Patigan hatu utteme. Offering of drinks Adivasi tunu bhante Gilane pancayang imang Anukampang upadaye Patigan hatu utteme. Worship of shrines Vandami cetiyang sabbang Sabbetani supatitthitang Saririka dhatu mahabodhing Buddha rupang sakalang sada. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Next page. Wish of well-being. Namaste niyam Namaste mano Ratenande yang Punyabhi sandang Vipulang alatantang Tansanu Hadante rayo Reflections on the teachings of the Buddha in English. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made Adi. If one speaks or acts with an impure mind, suffering follows like the wheel that follows the foot of the ox. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made Adi. If one speaks or acts with a pure mind, happiness follows like one's own shadow that never leaves. Generosity, kind words, benevolent actions towards others, and equanimity towards all beings and all things. These bonds of sympathy function in the world like the link pin in a moving cart. One by one, little by little, moment by moment, wise people should remove their impurities as a smith removes the dross from silver. For one who mindfully develops boundless loving kindness, mental defilements are weakened and the freedom from clinging is seen. All conditioned things are impermanent. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All conditioned things are unsatisfactory. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. All things are not self. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path to purification. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Welcome everyone to our Wednesday meditation. In the middle of the week, we have got this opportunity to reflect the few days that we spent and evaluate and then make new resolutions and new directions for the rest of the week. It's a good opportunity for us to understand how we lived and how better we can live. So it's a nice day to do that, right? Yes. So we will use this opportunity to genuinely and honestly look into our mind and just to understand and just to acknowledge whatever the stage that it is in without making any judgments, but simply acknowledging whatever the status it is in. And then we will gradually guide our mind to be in loving kindness and mindfulness. So our mind continuously flows, and our mind, there are many thoughts just automatically occurring in our mind. While there are automatic thoughts occurring in the mind, we can also purposely generate thoughts. So in this meditation, we will purposely generate thoughts. Thoughts, wholesome thoughts, not simply thoughts, but wholesome thoughts, and genuine willingness and genuine wishes of well-being. And we continue to generate and generate and generate and kind of fill our mind with wholesome thoughts. And that wholesome thoughts naturally lead our mind to come to a very peaceful, at the same time wholesome state. And then we can gradually lean into our breath and stay in that peace for some time. So we will be developing our capacity for loving kindness and also our skill of mindfulness. Our loving kindness will enable us to be compassionate, be accepting and understanding, accommodating everyone. And our mindfulness will help us to be insightful, and it will help us to develop our wisdom. So we are growing our heart, and we are also growing our, we can call it mind. So both aspects of our personality. Let us do it together. So adjust your body. Make sure that it's in a very stable posture. It's a balanced posture. And try to feel your both sit bones and give some equal weights to your both sit bones, not leaning to one side, but just giving a nice balance to your seat. Keep your chin parallel with the earth. Rest your palms on your lap. And we will listen to the sound of the bell to gather our whole attention to this present moment. Using the sound of the bell, keep bringing attention inward, gathering your attention, and establish your awareness in the body. At the end of the bell, we will do our chant, Namo Buddhaya, to further help us to settle into this body. Feel your body. Let us just be with the body. Just observing how the body is felt right now. Feel where our body meets the chair or cushion. Feel the pressed muscles in that area. Let us feel our clothes. Wherever in the body that we feel the touch sensation with our clothes, let us simply acknowledge and be open to those sensations. With this awareness of the body, let us allow this body to further relax, to release even subtle tightness or subtle tensions in the body. Just allowing all the muscles to open up and relax. In this very safe place, we can let go of all the concerns and allow this body to completely rest. If you wish, you can take a long, deep in-breath and use that long in-breath to further relax and release our body. When we are breathing out, we can use that out breath to further relax our body. When you are taking a long in-breath and feel free to take fresh air. And when you are breathing out, allow your chest to drop down and relax. And whenever you take your next in-breath, and when you're breathing out, allow your belly area to drop to the front. If you have any area where you feel some tightness or discomfort, and bring close attention to that area in your next out breath and allow that area to open up, to relax, to release. With each out breath, allowing the body to relax, to release, to loosen up. With this relaxed body, let us now bring our whole attention to our mind. We will let this body rest here, and we will now take care of our mind. And bring our whole attention to our mind. For a while, let us watch what are the thoughts or memories that will occur in our mind right now. We never know what would be our next thought. With a sense of curiosity and openness, let us simply watch the next few thoughts that would occur in our mind. No matter whatever they are, we will simply keep noticing them without developing them any further. We simply notice our next few thoughts, just the occurrence of them. Various random thoughts keep occurring in our mind. This is the ordinary nature of the mind. But right now, let us now start to purposefully generate wholesome thoughts. This is a good time to guide our mind to generate one of the most wholesome thoughts, one of the most wholesome qualities in our mind: loving kindness. Loving kindness is the willingness for everyone to be well. Loving kindness is the wish of well-being towards all beings. Loving kindness is the friendliness towards everyone, universal friendliness. We all have this capacity. Let us now bring that loving kindness to the surface of the mind. Allow it to manifest. Just like when we see a smiling face of a little baby, how we would feel when we see a smiling face of a little baby. How we would feel when we are petting a puppy, a kitten, or little bird or any other pet. Let us open our mind just like that, generating this willingness, this readiness to care, this wish of well-being. We will now make this loving kindness stronger and stronger. What we feel now is simply the spark of loving kindness, just the willingness, just the readiness to care, the warmth, love. We will now enhance this loving kindness, make it stronger and stronger. We can strengthen our loving kindness by making more and more wishes of loving kindness. The more wishes of well-being, the more we wish well-being to others, the stronger our loving kindness becomes. Let us keep wishing well-being to everyone. Let us start with ourselves. We will start with this living being before we reach all other beings. Let us pay attention to this being sitting here. Direct that loving kindness, just like we were ready to accept and embrace a little baby, a puppy or kitten or a bird. Direct that same level of loving kindness to yourself, to this being sitting here. Let us make a genuine wish for this person here. May this being sitting here, may I be well, be strong, be healthy, be peaceful. Continue. Continue to make all good wishes to yourself. Let us be generous, kind to ourselves, and make all good wishes to yourself. If you have a special concern these days, make a specific wish. Let us now take a moment to extend this loving kindness to this body, all the organs, all the systems of this body have been helping us a lot. Let us take this opportunity to extend the same loving kindness, same wish of well-being to each organ, to each system of this body. May these lungs even helping us right now to breathe. May this whole respiratory system be well, be healthy, be healed. May this heart, cardiac muscles, the whole cardiovascular system be well, be healthy, be healed. May this digesting system, which helps us every day to absorb the nutritions and to energize this body, may all the organs in this whole digesting system, stomach, liver, pancreas, intestine, colon, the whole digesting system be well, be healthy, be healed. May these kidneys, which help us to release the toxins from the body, may both kidneys and whole genitourinary system be well, be healthy, be healed. May this whole nervous system, the spinal cord, the brain stem, the middle brain, the frontal lobe, the whole nervous system be well, be healthy, be healed. Let us allow this loving kindness to go throughout the body. Let this intention of loving kindness to travel to each corner of this whole body. Let it heal the whole body. May all the muscles ligaments, tendons in this whole body. And all these bones, the large bones and tiny bones, and all these joints, be well, be healthy, be healed. We will now expand this loving kindness beyond ourselves to all others, just like we wish ourselves with the same level of intensity and genuineness we will wish for all others. Bring to your mind one of the most beloved person in your life. Just bring one beloved person to your mind now. Could be your family member, could be your friend. Just bring. Doesn't matter whoever. Just randomly pick one. Just one beloved person who loved you so much. Let us wish. Just focus on this person. Let us expand this loving kindness to this beloved person. May you be well. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you be peaceful. Let us now bring to our mind a person that we have a great admiration for, a person that you respect a lot, you honor a lot, a living person. Just pick one and bring them to your mind right now. Maybe a teacher, maybe a leader, a role model, someone you respect a lot. Just bring that person to your mind right now. Let us expand this loving kindness, extend this loving kindness to this respectful person. May you be well. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you be peaceful. Let us now bring to our mind a random person, a neutral person, a person that we know, but we haven't developed a close connection yet. A person that you meet occasionally in a store, or someone in your neighborhood. Just try to remember someone. Bring to your mind a person who's neutral to you. Let's extend the same loving kindness to this neutral person, to this random person too. May you be well. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you be peaceful. Let us now expand this loving kindness to all other people. May all people living in this whole vicinity, in this whole surrounding area, may all of them be well, be well, be well, be peaceful. Let's expand this wish beyond this immediate surrounding area to all other distant places. May all people living in all different directions, in all distant places, even beyond this country, may all people living everywhere, in every direction, be well, be well, be peaceful. Let us now expand this wish as wide as we can, embrace as many beings as we can to our wish. May all living beings, all animals, from large ones to tiny ones, may all of them, visible and invisible beings, all life forms, each and every living organism without exception, be well, be well, be well, be peaceful, 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 The loving kindness that embraces all beings is limitless, it is boundless. Rejoice. Rejoice this loving kindness that embraces all beings. Boundless loving kindness. The wholesome state of the mind. Let us notice the peace, the calmness that we developed through this loving kindness. Mind is calmer, is more peaceful, is more settled. Let us now enhance this peace. Let us make this calmness deeper and deeper. We will let this steadiness and calmness and stillness of the mind to become deeper, deeper, and deeper. We can gently bring our whole attention to the breath and rest our mind on the breath, allowing it to settle down, allowing it to be still, allowing it to calm down. Start to notice your breath in this peaceful, calm moment. You can feel the flow of the air through the nostrils and changes of the body with the in-breath in the lungs, the chest, the belly. You can also feel the movement of the air out from the body. The air coming through the nostrils and going away, touching the upper lips. Just try to see the details of this breath. Let us be with the breath. Rest with the breath. This is all what is happening now. Nothing else is happening now. Whatever comes to our mind is not necessarily real, but the breath is real. Let us keep coming back to the breath again and again. Bhaya Patantache Nibbhaya Sukham Patantache Nisukha Hontu sabbepi paninu. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are grieving be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Let us gently come out of the meditation. Gently put your palms together and place them against your chest. Let us take a moment to feel grateful for this opportunity to have meditation. Let us feel grateful to all great teachers, enlightened masters in the past, who passed this wisdom from generation to generation. Let us feel grateful to anyone who helped our meditation tonight, and including anyone who tried not to disturb our meditation at home. Let us also feel grateful even to this chair, this cushion, and this device that helped us to connect to this meditation, and to this bell and everything. With deep gratitude to all people and all things that made this meditation possible for us today, let us say sadhu 3 times.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay. Any sharing or question? One thing, when we do our meditation session for children, right? Why you laugh?
So many hands are raising
Raise
after the
your hand.
meditation.
When we ask, children, okay, now share your experience and ask your questions, and they have a lot to share and a lot to ask, right? Yeah. Over Zoom, we have to manage, and everybody's like raising their hands. They have a lot to share and a lot to ask, but not to these children.
What kind of things do they ask?
Hmm?
What kind of things do they ask?
Oh, actually, they're very genuine, and they will share, what they felt, and if the neighbors was cutting the grass, they will tell us, or I was trying to meditate, and this one is cutting, and my mom was cooking, so they'll genuinely tell us, what was the disturbances, and then we have also taught them. So then they say, I first heard that, but I was managed to come back, and so they will be sharing those things. Yeah. What? Yeah, yes.
My leg kept going numb, and my foot kept going numb.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
I wondered if your guys' feet ever go numb.
Yes, they go.
That's my child thought.
Yeah. Yes.
Does this gonna happen?
Yeah, it happens. Yeah.
Okay. I thought it would go away one day.
No, yeah, it will go away. Definitely, it will go away. Actually, numbness is, of course, if you are not used to, place our legs in a particular way, you will get it. It's also like, based on where you are sitting, so it's a pinch of a nerve. Yeah. Some days we get numb, definitely, and particularly if we stay longer sessions, we get numb. But we don't care because it's okay, Yeah. Or if you really want, you can tilt your buttock, and then simple tilting, moving can help to release. Yeah. But if it's not painful, it's not dangerous.
It's gone.
Yeah,
I couldn't feel my foot at all.
Yeah,
Since
that's
I didn't
okay.
have a right foot.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, many people feel afraid of that. I don't feel it anymore. Maybe blood is not flowing. May I be able to what's going to happen? So that's the part we don't want to have. It's okay. Yeah. Thank you.
About that, you say, don't be afraid of that. If your foot goes numb, just don't worry about that.
Yeah. I mean, if it's not painful, let it sleep. I mean, it's always come back. But if sometimes some numbness can have some kind of pain, based on how much the nerve is pinched. So if it's painful, it's disturbing your meditation, and then tilt a little bit. You can, yeah. Or you can actually, we can move your legs, like if maybe you can exchange your legs, but but do it very slowly, while observing all these sensations arising throughout, like moving all this tingling sensation. You're observing everything and you're slowly moving it, so that whole movement also become part of the meditation.
Mine was moving.
Yeah, you can slowly move it, while observing all these things without having any kinds of fear or any kinds of other thoughts, but simply observing the sensation. Okay, let us move to our discussion. Banda, do you have any comments in the?
While they were meditating, what happened? Then I seen that the dogs were fighting over a ball during the meditation. She heard the sounds.
Oh, okay. Dogs were
fighting over a ball. And
so now, yeah. Thank you, Dana, for sharing that. I think for children, we admire them that for noticing it coming back. But in this sharing, I have a question. How does he know it's a ball? What we really hear is only the bargain, maybe movement, bargain, and the ball is interpretation. And you imagine, it should be a ball, or it should be. So that has some, not simply the sound, but our interpretation.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to be also watchful of those, interpretation that we are making of the sound. And we have to train our mind just to stop at the level of the sounds themselves, and not to add any other layers on the top of it. Okay, yeah. So then I'm maybe you have seen earlier that they were fighting over a ball. Yeah. Maybe she heard the sound of a ball too, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I feel like the ball is another layer to the sounds that was really happening. So we had to be aware of that too. Okay, let's move to the other part of the program. So these days we are discussing 16 defilement of mind. So there's a list of 16 mental states which are unskillful mental states in the Buddhist text. So we are learning about them and try to be familiar with these possible, unskillful, unwholesome mental states that we all are capable of experiencing. That we want to be familiar with them and then learn how to deal with them whenever they arise in our mind. So we have been covering a lot, right, Bante? And so we which harmony? We 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
10.
Did we
Okay.
We joined on 8.
8, right?
This is my third time.
Okay. Okay, yeah. I didn't have the the list.
All the rest, right?
Yeah, but briefly,
Something.
Sato, right? Yeah. Oh, you have the list there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sato, right? Sateya.
Sateya.
Sateya, yeah. Actually, no, I'm going to skip that. Not really. No.
You don't like that one? Something about that.
So, Sateya, which sometimes also appears as Sato, is quite close to the Maya that we talk about. Maya is like deceitfulness, and mainly, actually, Maya also means like pretense. You try to cover your weaknesses, you cover your mistakes, and try to pretend and project an image of you which are not true. That is Maya. Sateya is also related to that. Is like wanting to cheat others, wanting to deceive others. So the Maya is like mainly presenting a wrong image. It's about how you present yourself to others. Sateya is how you like need to cheat others, simply to deceive others. Not necessarily through your wrong projection of a wrong image, but simply like enjoying cheating others, enjoying giving troubles to others and cheating others, and that's called Sateya. We may have that tendency too, like cheating others, and making others like looks like fools, fooling others, and that's called Sateya. Because they are so closely related, I think whatever we discussed last week is related to this quality too. So both are related. One is like projecting an wrong image of yourself and deceiving others, and the other one is like in many other ways deceiving others or fooling others. So that's called Sateya. And sometimes we also call craftiness. Craftiness and like even like manipulating others, craftiness. So that's called Sato. So I thought that so it's all whatever we discussed last week is related to that. So therefore we can skim, and move to the next one, which is Tamba. Right. So what is the number of that? 11, right? Yeah. Correct. Yeah. So let's talk about the 11th one. Actually, the word the Tamba, right, Bante? Tamba has a literal meaning, right? It's Tamba.
Yeah. We call it something like what you go say pillar.
Pillar, yeah.
Pillar, right?
Yeah, the very literal meaning of word Tamba means a pillar. But when it comes to the mind, it is the what is the nature of a pillar? Yes, stuck. So it's stuck, immovable, right? Immovable. So when it comes to the kind of mental quality, it's about not willing to move, not willing to let go, not willing to be flexible. What do you call that?
Rigid.
Yeah, rigid. You can call it stubbornness. It's stubbornness, and maybe the technical word will be obstinacy. being obstinacy,
Obstinate.
obstinance, right? Obstinance, even pig-headed, It's like whatever. Stubborn.
Cindy.
Huh?
I said Cindy, it's my sister.
Okay. And so this can be common, to all of us. Sometimes when we have an opinion, and when we make a suggestion, when we have an idea, when we decided on a course of action, and maybe someone else come in, and maybe our family and maybe our friends and other colleagues will come and maybe try to give us suggestions that is against our initial decision, maybe not in line with our original opinion. We may not be even willing to consider it. And very strong and in our own opinion, not willing to change it or even like consider it. And so it being like not like inflexible, we can call it inflexible, right? So, but this usually happens with regard to our opinions, our ideas, and our decisions. And that is a common tendency of our mind. We like to stick into our first impression, like initial decision, our prior opinions. We like to stick into that and not willing to change. And sometimes also, there's also other word called Bante, amuduta, like opposite to muduta. Amuduta means like, muduta means gentleness, being gentle, and amuduta means not gentle, very struck and rough. Now you can understand why in Pali the term this term thamba is used. It's like a pillar, like someone who has swallowed a pillar. not moving, not flexible, very strong and stubborn, and so this is something that can be bothering us, particularly if you want to be a team player, and this is going to really going to make it hard. And even in any relationship, relationships are all about listening, compromising, adjusting, right? And it's always it's being flexible. Without being flexible, I don't know whether you can have a relationship. Maybe a master and servant disciple relationship, but even in that relationship you need to be flexible sometimes. So this weakness, this unskillful tendency of our mind, this defilement can harm our relationships a lot. So, and this trait is very easy to recognize when it is manifested in others, but not in oneself. This is the challenge. Whenever other people are obstinate, right? Obstinate, maybe stubborn, like stuck into their opinion and not willing to open themselves and very hard on their decision, we can easily notice it and remember thumb next time when you see a pillar like thumb. So we can easily notice them. We can easily sense, oh, he is not going to change, and we can even sense it. How we sense it, whenever if other person is getting disturbed, like getting anxious and uncomfortable and like frustrated and angry, whenever we say something a little bit different to these people's opinion, if they feel offended by it, simply by it, and then we notice, this looks like he's so attached to the opinion. But the real trick is that when these same things happening within us, sometimes we may even give a nice name to it, like I'm convicted, like I'm passionate about, so those were I'm passionate, I'm committed to my decision, and so sometimes we may fool ourselves. We may not even like seeing it as a stubbornness or obstinance. So we really have to, be very watchful to detect that. And how we can recognize is like, like first of all, if you feel like being hurt, because our ideas is one thing, our decision, our ideas, and how we see something is one of the many ways that anything can be explained, right? There's always one of many ways to do the same thing, right? And there's always many ways. Of course, there could be most convenient way to do it, maybe most fruitful way to do it. But if someone is telling us something that is against our opinion, and if you feel really hurt by that, that's something we have to be watchful. Why it is hurting me? If the other person like imposing with with anger, whatever, then it's a different case. But if someone is like just suggesting us and telling us, and just listening into other opinions, and if it's really hurtful, and then we have to detect that, and we have to be mindful. We have to watchful. Okay, and this is a unskillful tendency. Okay, and that doesn't mean that you should change your opinion. You should keep your opinion. This is just listen. Just take into consideration. Listening to someone doesn't mean that you agree with that person. You can listen to a person hours and still disagree. That's okay, with based on reasons. And so just give a chance, and then and listen. But so the way to detect that, it's not simply being passionate, it's not simply being committed, but this is obstinance, and this is stubbornness. The difference would be whether I'm feeling hurt. Whether I'm hurting. Whether that listener, that opinion is hurting me. Does it create an uncomfortable sensation? And even like unwillingness to see the good points. Maybe that what other person is saying, it may not be completely right, but there could be something good about that. If you are unwilling to accept even little good things in the other person's opinion, and that unwillingness is a sign of thumb stubbornness. Yeah, and sometimes you notice sometimes we can keep insisting our point, even though in our mind we know that it's wrong. But now I have been committed to this. You have recognized yourself with this opinion. In the deeper mind, that taking this route is longer. But since you first expressed that, and then you are now trying to defend it. And that's really, stubbornness.
Yeah, sometimes at the end of any kind of argument, but one have to say it, that is what I am also saying.
And just to save yourself, right? Yeah. So whenever we detect in ourselves and others, and we should never negatively judge others and even oneself. And we just need to recognize it's simply a tendency, and actually, it is a maladaptation, maybe it's a wrong manifestation of a good quality. As we said earlier, stubbornness can be wrong manifestation of maybe determination, or what you call perseverance. Persistence and perseverance, right? Perseverance, yeah. So in our life, we really need to be determined, and we need to be truthful to we need to be faithful to our feelings, and also be perseverance. We have to persevere, and we have to have that what you call groundedness, and that's a good quality. Not moving, not shifting, but that's one thing. But the wrong manifestation of that would be even not willing to consider any other opinions. And even when we have facts and evidence that this is not the best way to do it, we are not willing to let go of it. So it's a wrong manifestation of a good quality. So when you see in yourself, you just have to remind, oh, that is too much. It's off balance. It's actually being like, it's about balance, It's one thing to be like persistent and determined and committed. And a little bit too much of it would be stubbornness and obstinance. So just remind, a little too much, just back off a little bit, And when we see in others, we can, acknowledge their passion, their committedness, but that's unskillful, and it is very difficult to help such a person. The more you try to help, the more they become stubborn. The best, I don't know how to help Bhante. How to help such a person is quite difficult. Maybe we one way we can do the first, we can admire and appreciate his point, whatever positive goodness, and first we appreciate, I really see your point, and I really appreciate, and you explain the rest. But before you explain the rest, first you appreciate and acknowledge and admire, and then maybe they may be a little open, little bit, to listen what you have to say.
Sometimes instead of using but, if you use and.
Wow, that's a good technique, because the term "but"
Yeah.
can give them a wrong. So, well, you are saying something, but even not letting them to sense it.
Right. So if you say
Uh-huh.
and, you can look at it like this and see it this way.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be manipulating?
Yeah.
But I think but of course you are saying a fact, like you are saying "and," that is something different, right? But maybe the term "but" can make them sensitive, like.
Bhante, these are not only individual defilements, they are also cultural defilements. And I think we're kind of living in that environment.
Exactly.
Right now,
Yeah.
where we polarize and can create just groups that are so obstinate and
Yeah.
listen to another group. and
Yeah, that's true.
develops hatred in an extreme.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, it arises in individual's mind, but we can be conditioned by the group, and also as a group, when we identify ourselves with that group, right? And we can have that too. Yeah, and then I remember a funny story, and it says that one day when U.S. Warship is moving in the water near Canada, they sense a radar from another place. So then they were able to communicate. So the captain of the U.S. ships sent a message: please divert, your vessel, like 15 degrees, because we are moving this degree. And he got a return message from the Canadian side: no, please divert your vessel 15 degree, and we will not be collapse into each other. And then the US ship explained, you have to understand what kind of ship, what kind of warship this is. We have this many of arsenals and this many of fighting jets and this many. You better divert your one, not don't tell my one. And then he got the message: sorry, I'm a lighthouse. This message is coming from a lighthouse. There's no way to divert. You have to divert.
I thought you were going to say, how about you go 7.5 and we'll go 7.5.
Yeah, that will be good. So this, yeah. Actually, so this stubbornness can actually develop also as a way of overcoming the fear, like insecurity. And the many people who looks stubborn is actually they are kind of try to protect themselves. It's more like in the deep underneath is actually insecurity. So it's a more kind of maladaptive strategy to protect oneself. And when you have no other resources, you become stubborn. So we also have to be empathetic, to those people. Sometimes, they have gone through some, issues in their life. They had some lot of instability in their childhood, maybe instability in their work. They have been moved to different places, and so they have an issue. They don't like change. They don't like anything like moving and unstable. So the one way they try to find security is being stubborn to whatever the opinion ideas, which is not working, but kind of maladaptive strategy. So we have to be empathetic whenever we see such a personality. Because it could be, whenever we see such a personality, our reaction is like always negative, right? Because it's so hard to deal with, with those people. But underneath, could be something else.
A lot of it's context sensitive too. Sensitive to context.
Okay, I mean,
I was thinking of a story I heard about a therapist working with a father who was frustrated with his teenage daughter because she was so stubborn. And the therapist said, well, that's going to come in handy when she starts dating. She'll be able to defend herself. And that kind of shifted the way he understood his daughter. It's context sensitive too.
Okay, yeah. So she'll be more self-assertive.
I want to share something.
Yes.
I think when it comes to stubbornness, that sometimes people need space to experience their stubbornness, to come to their own awareness of where they're being stubborn. Because if you pick a fight, then you can't get to where
Reflection,
your
right?
self-reflection.
Yeah,
So yeah,
exactly.
I claim stubbornness. I claim it. I have it and I experience it, and I'm also aware of it. And sometimes it shifts, and sometimes it doesn't. So.
That's great. Thank you. Thank you. That's. I think recognition is the the beginning of change. It's really irony of self-transformation is that whenever we simply acknowledge and accept our weaknesses, then it allows us to transform. It's not really denying or being disliked. It's like being accepting and being acknowledging and accepting it allows the change. So that's great. Yeah, I think you are very correct. Because if others try to correct you, try to push you, and so then we become more defensive, right? Yeah. If you have some space, okay, nobody really arguing against with me, and then you get an opportunity to reflect, right? The more other people try to push you, the more we become stubborn, right? Yeah.
I think it's like you were saying, sometimes you meet the stubbornness and it's so frustrating. And so your inclination is to then be stubborn yourself and say, I can hold my position too. So,
Yeah.
then you're stuck.
both are pillars, not bending, right? Not bending and moving through. You cannot proceed anywhere. Okay, so it's really important to be aware of this, these defilements or unskillful, tendencies in our mind. So this is very helpful because we are living through this in our own self and also in many others. When we have prior awareness of these things, we can recognize them, detect them. We have some awareness to how to handle them, and it becomes very easy to move through. And gradually our gradually we will weaken them, and we gradually will get rid of them. What we call becoming enlightened is actually completely uprooting all these defilements. And so there's nothing in your mind that can hurt you. There's nothing in your mind that can this can disturb you. So but they cannot be uprooted at once like a surgery. It has to be gradually recognizing them and weakening them. By the way to weaken them is not to deny them or resist them or fight against them, but simply not feeding them, not repeating them. Make them hungry until they die. Yes. Okay. Right, Bhante, so let us be flexible and move to the other part of the program. Yes. So turn to page number 14. So now it is time to share the goodness that we develop in this practice by doing this practice together, and we have generated so much goodness in our heart, good karma, good merits, good energy. We can share these merits with all others. First of all, let us share these merits with our ancestors and people who helped us a lot and who are no more with us today. Let us be grateful towards them, although they are not with us. And we will share these merits with all our departed relatives, ancestors. May all of them share these merits. May all of them be benefited from these merits. May they be well and happy wherever they may be. Idang mi ñātinang hotu sukhita huntu ñātayo. Idang mi ñātinang hotu sukhita huntu ñātayo. Idam mi ñātinang hotu sukhita huntu ñātayo. Let us also share these merits with all other living beings. If there's any living being who would like to share this merit, may he or she do so. May all living beings share these merits. May all living beings be well, happy, and peaceful. Ittavata ce amhehi sambetang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Wish for the well-being of the world in English. May the weather be pleasing. May the people prosper in their lives. May there be peace and happiness in the world. May the rulers be righteous. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are in grief be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Aspiration. May this wholesome act quicken the liberation of my mind from mental defilements. By virtue of this wholesome act, may I never follow the unwise people. May I associate with good people until I attain Nibbana. Purification. If by a body, speech, or mind I have carelessly done wrong, I acknowledge them all in front of Tathagata of great wisdom and determine to be heedful. We will now do the blessing chant, wishing all of you good health, peace, and happiness. We are going to chant the Loving Kindness Sutra, And this particular sutra is given by the Buddha with great compassion for all living beings. We will chant the same sutra for you now, wishing you all strength, courage, and mindfulness to overcome all the challenges and difficulties in your life, and wishing you good health, peace, and happiness. You may also recall to your mind whoever you want to share these blessings with, and extending these blessings to them also. We also especially want to recall to our mind Nancy's beloved mom, and wishing her good health and healing and recovery. And you can also recall to your mind whoever you want to share these blessings with. May all of you receive these blessings. May all of you be well, happy, and peaceful. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Karaniya matta kusalena yantang santang padang abhisamicce sakko joja sujoja suvacho chasnsa mudu anatimani santos sakocha subaroche ampagitchocha sallavukavunti sankring Ocha nipakocha ampagambu kulesu ananugendo nachakondang samachari kinchena vinyo pare upavadeyung sakino vakemino kuntu sabbe satta bhavantu sukitanta yeke cipane bhutanti tasavata verava anavasesa digava imahantava majjimaraskanukatula dittava eva ditta yecha dure vasanti avidure bhutava sambhavesi va sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitatta naparo parang nikumbete nati manyite katta chinang kanchi vyarosana patiga sanyana manyasya dukkhamicce mata yatani yang puttang ayusa eka putta manurakke evampi sabba bhutesu mana sambhavaye aparimanang mittang ca sabba lokasmin mana sambhavaye aparimanang uddhang adoca tiriyang ca asambhadang averang asapatang tittang carang nisinno va sayano va yavatasya vigadamindo etang sating aditteye brahmametang viharang idamaho ditting ca anupagam sila dasanina sampanno kamesu vinaya gedang nahi jatu gambaseyam punareti තේන සච්ච වජ්ජේන සොත්ති තේ හෝතු සම්බදායේ තේන සච්ච වජ්ජේන සම්බ රෝගෝ විනස්සතු තේන සච්ච වජ්ජේන හෝතු තේ ජය මංගලං සබ්බේතියෝ විවජ්ජන්තු සම්බරෝගෝ විනස්සතු මාතේ භවත්තන්තරායෝ සුඛී දීඝායුකෝ භව භවතු සම්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සම්බ දේවතා සම්බ බුද්ධානුභාවේන සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු තේ භවතු සම්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සම්බ දේවතා සම්බ ධම්මානුභාවේන සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු තේ භවතු සම්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සම්බ දේවතා සම්බ සංඝානුභාවේන සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු තේ. Let us spend a moment of reflection. Try to recall to your mind whatever kind deed that you were able to do during last few days. Just scan your past few days and recall to your mind an incident in which you were kind to someone. In your speech, in your action, even in your mind. Just recall even a simple act of kindness. Let us rejoice these moments of kindness, these moments of goodness. These moments show that we can overcome our defilements, we can grow our goodness. Let us rejoice. On this day, or in the past, if I have done kind deeds to other beings with my body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in those kind deeds, appreciating the opportunity to be helpful to others. I rejoice in those kind deeds, wishing more opportunities to practice compassion. I rejoice in those kind deeds, resolving not to compare myself with others. I rejoice in those kind deeds and gladly share this joy with all beings everywhere. May my kind deeds relieve the burdens of other beings. May my kind deeds shield me from all dangers and pain. May my kind deeds and merits that come from them help me in freeing my heart. Let us now recall to our mind whatever kindness we receive from others. Think about your past few days and remember an event. Someone was kind to you. Someone helped you, even in a small way. Just recall a concrete incident. Let us rejoice the goodness of others. On this day, or in the past, if I have seen or heard of the kind deeds done by others with their body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds, and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in the goodness of others, being always ready to praise kind people and follow their example. I rejoice in the goodness of others, appreciating that there are many good-hearted people in the world. I rejoice in the goodness of others, expressing gratitude for any kindness done. May the kind deeds of others bring safety and happiness to many living beings. May the kind deeds of others foster gratitude and fellowship among many living beings. May the kind deeds of others nurture goodness in me and many living beings. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So good to have you all. Thank you everyone for joining, and especially people who joined through YouTube. Thank you, Dana, and thank you, Sister Mimai. Thank you, Kumudani Nona. And that's all right, Bante? Yeah. Thank you, Sister Me, and we wish you great week ahead and hope to see you next time too. Yeah. Thank you. And those who are here can have blessing strings.